Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a guest video from NovaGundam, who is in the Unicorn. And as you can see, he's got a whole team of unicorns backing him up, so yeah, this was probably one of the first couple of weeks, I'm thinking, because, well, it's not like the Unicorn has gotten less popular in, like, the month since it came out, because, yeah, you can still find, like, all unicorn teams sometimes. But, yeah, Unicorn is a good suit. It has a lot of fun capabilities. In terms of its basic armaments, especially in Unicorn mode, it is, fairly standard. It's got pretty good Vulcans. It's got a charging beam Magnum. Ooh, a little bit of lag there, I think. It's got a scatter bazooka for its backup weapon, like that. And, fairly, and of course, beam saber. It's once you switch to destroy mode that things start getting good, because that's when you start getting different melee patterns and extra melee weapons and like that. Okay, yeah, Nova's gotten 2 kills already. Right now 3,000 to 50, which, yeah, this just happens. Sometimes one team just wins the first exchange, hands down. And you trade team wipes until hopefully one team or the other gets enough of an advantage that they can pull away. But as you can see, yeah, looks like the enemy team is now, is gonna probably even things up a little bit, because everybody who went down all the way down that corridor is low on health or dead, and that is a fairly significant problem. So good Vulcan kill there, nice. And yeah, but yeah, I've probably mentioned before when I did my own Unicorn stuff, the Beam Magnum is unusual for beam weapons in that it actually has bazooka-like splash damage instead of, piercing or something like that. So, and here is a Sonaju moving in fast, which, let's see, looks like it decided to just go back home, at least until it could get a better angle on something, because yeah, if it tried to stop down here, odds are good Nova's whole team would have just swarmed it and it would be dead. See, that, speaking of dead, that Moon Gundam probably not going to last too long. I'm kind of surprised it lasted long enough for Nova to have the follow-up, but he is on fire here. Let's see. That a new Gundam landed one shot. Somebody else killed it before it could downswing him. And yeah, I do like the Unicorn. I do like, I don't use it as often as I'd like to, but that's true of most mobile suits I don't have, like, active requests for. So I'll have to go, I'm recording this, like, the very beginning of October. I'm going to check out my Patreon later and start collecting requests for this month. So if you are part of said Patreon, send me a message through them, and I will do my very best. Okay, good pilot kill there. Thank you for everybody for bearing with me. It's always hard to get these, but when I can only play so much because stuff hurts, it's even worse. So, ooh, yeah. Send a sorry, because somebody just came up right next to him while he was trying to get the shot on that Moon Gundam. But it's not going to last much longer. Matter of fact, it is dead, so. And yeah, Nova has gone all this time without taking enough damage to move to destroy mode, which is pretty impressive. And yeah, it is doing just fine as far as I'm concerned. It's pretty solid. And let's see, Kshatriya swung on it. The one disadvantage to staying in Unicorn mode all of this time, and it's a disadvantage that is downplayed quite a bit when you have a whole team full of the things. That being, okay, another couple of good kills. That being that the Kshatriya can use its Psychomu weapons freely. But as long as somebody has gone into NTD, recently, the Psychomu Jack will kick back in. On that note, a couple of weeks ago, I think it was on, during one of the Final Fantasy Tactics streams with Salty. Okay, the person on the Wappa is taking points and/or has just kind of given up on fighting it out, which, I kind of get it. I've been on that side of this kind of match. But yeah, I think it was during Salty's Final Fantasy Tactics stream a few weeks ago. Somebody asked if we knew whether the option part that decreases the duration of status conditions shortened Psychomu Jack. I asked Nurse Gundam about this because I figured if anybody would know, she would. She knew. It reduces the length of Psychomu Jack by about 6 seconds, so yeah, if you're using Psychomu weapons, that takes up like one middle slot, which is pretty much usually the most what do I do with this set of slots on any given mobile suit. So yeah, just make sure you put that on, because it will get you back to using your Psychomu weapons a lot quicker. Of course, as we mentioned before, Incom weapons should not be affected by Psychomu Jack, but oh well. It's they've actually, Incom weapons were not particularly common, I feel like, in most Gundam media, but all the suits that have them have kind of made it into GBO too. So it's actually a pretty large and dangerous contingent if you were to make that distinction. Also, I think Psychomu Jack would not work against wired weapons, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Like, if a 700 Zeong would presumably be exempt if that was, if it was 100% accurate. I'm not sure about that, though. But yeah, just, you never know. They may get into that kind of specificity in the future, especially if the Unicorn ends up being overpowering as it is. We were kind of having a conversation along those lines Friday night, and just, I'm wondering if they're having trouble getting data on that, because they're just, everybody loves the Unicorn Gundam. Everybody who could afford the tokens or had been saving tokens specifically for the advent of the Unicorn Gundam got one. So it may be hard for them to come up with an accurate win-loss ratio to demonstrate its abilities, because, I mean, just try and find a team without one, basically. So if they're, if that's, if everybody's using one, then it's going to have a 50-50 win-loss ratio no matter what. So yeah, that's just, or at least close enough as makes no never mind. So it's just going to be one of those, one of those things that just really is going to be hard to gauge. So if people out there feel like the Unicorn Gundam needs any kind of nerf, it may be a while until they can figure that out for themselves. It may be a while till they have gotten an accurate read on it. I like those Sinanju colors. I'm not sure what they are, but they're pretty good. And enemy team did a pretty good job of bringing it back, I gotta say. They got within 6,000 points. It did take a base bomb, to be fair, but took some decent play as well. So I'm trying to figure out, that one unicorn in the background was supposed to be Megatron or Blue Streak. 8-0, 6,890 out of their 20,000 points for Nova. Very nice. 124,000 damage, and that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We'll be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later! But yeah, I guess that's the question. How does everybody feel about the Unicorn Gundam? Too strong, too weak, just enough? Where are you on the question of how Unicorn's working out? I'm kind of curious myself, just because I usually have a hard time fighting them in other things, but like not overwhelmingly so. So, just curious to see what everyone else has in mind here.